Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. We are looking for a sailor, and I do believe, yes, we need to search the archives. Name of the ship and date of Lady Brackenstall and her maid's voyage from Australia, 1893. Letters, is it? Newspapers? Encyclopedias? I guess it could be newspapers. Let's just do research. No, let's not do research. It's going to be in the newspapers, isn't it? They're the only ones that let me search by year. 1893. Oh, that's when Bencliffe found his mummy. Rock of Gibraltar. Here we go. The arrival of the Rock of Gibraltar. A ship returned. The Rock of Gibraltar, a bulk carrier from the Adelaide Southampton London line, Cunard Building, James Street, London, has returned from a 6-month voyage through India, New Zealand and Australia. The ship brought to England Miss Mary Fraser, the heiress of the Fraser family, owning land and tin mines in Australia. This reportedly beautiful young lady is presently engaged to Sir Eustace Brackenstall, once of the wealthiest gentleman in Kent.
Here it is.
Okay. Now how has that helped me? I need to talk to Wiggins.
The shipping company, the Adelaide Southampton London line, and its address. Interesting. It must be the place where they keep the records, including the one for the crew of the Rock of Gibraltar.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard, they'll give it to you without any problems.
But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
Isn't there some laws about pretending to be a policeman? Wiggins?
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
I need a register, my young friend. If you could borrow it, there will be half a guinea for every one of you. I need the crew list of the Rock of Gibraltar in 1893, and their current employment.
I'm straight on it, Mr. Holmes.
Do you really think they'll find it, Holmes?
My secret police is better than the Yard in many ways.
3 hours is all it took them? Good lord.
Here it is, Mr. Holmes. But we can't take it back. It's too risky.
Put it on the table. I'll take care of it. Good work, young Wiggins.
Is it this table? It is. Let's have a look at this register.
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor. And these are the lists of the senior officers of the Adelaide Southampton London line ships. Let us find out who was in London upon November the 7th.
So, November 7th, 1894, huh? Well, there's May 6th, March 16th, May 23rd.
I do not think that this sailor has any connection to the case.
I wanted to click the page behind. Ignore me. Departure from London, October 17th, January 28th. Could be October? No, departure from London on October, so no, it won't be that, will it? Ah, departure from London, England on November 10th. We've got, is anybody on here on that list? Charles W. Chill. Henry Southwood, Jack Croker. Oh, I'm just being stupid. Mr. Jack Crocker, the captain, is literally there and there.
Mr. Jack Crocker was in London upon the date of the crime, and he is due to depart in 2 days.
Means he's still here. Am I missing somebody else? I don't think I want to exit, do I? I wasn't entirely sure what they want from me here. Is there more people on here that I'm just not seeing? Frank Whittington, George Stewart. Like, it has to be this ship. It's the only one where it lines up on date-wise.
Officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
Oh, I see. It just wants me to find the location of them all. I was like, I need to find the right one, but no, I need to find the names of everyone on this list and then work out if the dates match. Okay, that kind of makes sense. It's annoying, but okay. So we're looking for a Chill, a Mr. Chill. There you go.
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
Now we need a Henry Southward.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
Mr. Ernest J. Woody. Really hope he wasn't on that page. I didn't look very hard. I don't think he might have been. Oh, God.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
Literally under the other guy. Mr. Herbert Whittington. What a fantastic name. Oh no, that's Herbert Hawkins. Oh, look, there's William.
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
And Mr. Herbert Whittington still. Where are you, sir?
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved. Captain Jack Crocker is our mysterious visitor. He was the only one around at the time of the murder.
Okay. Don't need to read that again.
This Crocker, do you think...
It would be interesting to meet him. Our young friend should be able to find him.
Wiggins.
Wiggins, could you find a way to bring this Captain Crocker here to us?
Here? Holmes, that could be dangerous.
No problem, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes, I was informed that you were looking for me, and I'd like to know why.
Yes, it is important that we talk. You will soon understand why.
Oh, should we do a... Let's do a profile first, actually. Clear look. Honest. Got a hat. Ears. Oh. Fur. Strong build. What am I looking at here? Newspaper ink? Clean boots? Man looks after himself. Oh, sharp knife. Uh-oh. What can you tell me about Lady Brackenstall?
You are acquainted with Lady Mary Brackenstall, are you not?
Yes, I think I do remember her. From when I was first officer, but I still don't see...
It seems your relationship went beyond that of mere passenger and first officer.
How dare you?
Indeed, how reckless a feeling is love. particularly if one is prepared to commit a murder in its name.
Explain yourself this instant.
You are aware that the murder made the headlines of the morning press. You read the newspaper report, but to your dismay, found it much fabricated. Once you learned that I wanted to see you, you came straight away. You needed to know what I had found.
You? And what do you know?
That evening, you were with Lady Brackenstall, despite the danger.
I'm not afraid, Mr. Holmes. Besides, all of this is just guesswork.
You would be right, if there was no evidence.
What then?
Uh-oh. You tied her up.
Lady Brackenstall was tied to a chair on the night of the murder. And it was you who tied her up.
You call that evidence?
Sailor's knots?
Yes, as she was tied with a sailor's knot. Your handiwork.
So, it's a sailor who's done it. That proves nothing, Mr. Holmes. I'm not the only sailor in London right now. Your theory is flawed anyway. On the night of the murder, I was aboard the Sharp. I was supervising the repair of a porthole.
At night?
It was an emergency. There was a leak. You can ask the ship's carpenter. He can confirm.
I'm sure that he can.
Perfect. In that case, we have nothing more to talk about. Good evening, gentlemen.
Holmes, what should we do now? Would you like to check his alibi?
No. There is no doubt that these men will testify in his favor, and there will be no way to check.
So, what then?
So, we must work with what we have. We have all the puzzle pieces.
Now I understand why you dissected the bell rope.
Right, Captain Crocker's statement gives us this. Crocker's involvement. Crocker is lying. His involvement is clear. He appeared as soon as he heard that I was looking for him, thus signalling his guilt. Or Crocker's alibi. Captain Crocker was aboard the Sharp on the night of the murder. He was not afraid to confront me. He had a confident demeanour. I'm going to go with his involvement. I think it's the only thing that makes sense. And the captain is the killer. It means the fake robbery makes sense. Yeah, go with that. Sir Eustace was murdered by one person who was visiting that night. The murderer is tall and agile and a high-ranking sailor. So we can either arrest Captain Crocker. Jack Crocker is a murderer, and you will bring him and his accomplice, Lady Brackenstall, to justice. Or we can absolve Captain Crocker. The murder was committed in self-defense. Jack Crocker defended a woman against a violent and dipsomaniacal man. The mystery is solved, but you decide to keep it secret. There's no need to inform the police. I think I'm going to absolve him. I don't really condone murder, but the guy he killed was an asshole. So yeah, I'm just that's pretty much it, really. Yeah.
Wiggins, could you ask Mr. Crocker to come here again, please?
Right away.
Barely an hour. Sprints up the stairs.
Why did you make me come here again, Mr. Holmes?
It is over. I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
What?
I know, because of the height at which the rope was cut. The knife used was a sea knife. The knots were sailor's knots, and not least the sheer force that was put behind the killing blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London. And because you love her.
It's true.
It is time for you to tell us the whole truth.
I admit that I loved Mary madly from the first day that I met her. But I never did come to visit her, for I believed that she was in a happy household. When I talked to her maid, who told me everything, I was insane with rage. I was due to set sail for 6 months away. I wanted only to see her again. But it turned into a damnable nightmare when he barged in. He dared raise his hand to her. He was not even worthy of licking her boots. Oh, I regret nothing. I admit I killed the monster out of love for her. She will forgive me if she is able.
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you. She said nothing.
Mary.
But that makes her an accomplice as well as her maid. It places her in danger yet again.
Mr. Holmes.
You would not have managed to protect her.
Till I die, do you hear me? Here is a letter that sets everything clear. And it is the one that should be disclosed to the police. I am the only culprit. Mary had nothing to do with it. Now it is time to end this.
What are we ending? Oh, I see. He wants to shoot himself. I was gonna let you go, you idiot.
Please forgive me, Captain Crocker. I wished only to test your sincerity, and your words and deeds have far exceeded my expectations. See here, Captain Crocker, we'll do this in due form of law. You are the prisoner. Watson, you are a British jury. Captain Crocker, the evidence shows that you acted without premeditation and used reasonable force to protect an innocent victim from her husband's brutality. Your devotion pushed you to attempt to kill yourself in order to protect the one you love. Now, what say you, gentlemen of the jury?
Not guilty, my lord.
Vox populi, vox dei. You are acquitted, Captain Crocker. So long as the law does not find some other victim, you are safe from me.
Mr. Holmes.
It is a great responsibility that I take upon myself, but I will give Lestrade an excellent lead, and if he can't avail himself of it, I can do no more. Come back to your lady in a year, and may her future and yours justify us in the judgment which we have pronounced this night. Inspector, I'm afraid that the murderers have escaped us.
What? Do you mean to tell me that you failed? Never thought I'd live to see the day.
I mentioned the murderers, not the case. It is obvious that the crime was committed by 3 criminals who cannot be the Randalls.
You really think so?
You only need to find a gang of 3 thugs wandering around. I can trust you to do that.
If they exist, I'll catch them.
You'll find someone, I have no doubt of it. Goodbye, Inspector.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yes, the captain is the killer. Sir Eustace was murdered by Captain Jack Crocker, who was visiting Lady Brackenstall that night. They staged it as a robbery by the Randall gang. Crocker used his sea knife to cut the bell rope to tie the lady, and then hid the silverware in the well. Jack Crocker defended a woman against a violent, dysmaniacal man, and you decided to keep it a secret. Yes. We are commiserative. And with that, I'm going to end this episode here, and then in the next episode we shall start a new case yet again. Thank you all so much for being here. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. Thank you again to the members of the channel and the coffee supporters. It really does mean the world to me. And as always, I'll see you next time.